do it.
Yo, let's do it. Chopping it up with DJ&Lo, episode 8.
Episode 8.
Once again, it's on. We climbing up to episode 10. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. We're getting a little bit better every time. This is still new to us. We're working on some things. We're working on some logos. We're working on the jingle. Yeah, I mean. But
working on it all, man.
Working on it all. So the point of this show, again, for those of you who don't know, is to highlight different people in the city, chop it up about different issues, sports, current events, politics, whatever. It's whatever. Chopping it up with DJ&Lo. That's how we do it. Yo, holla at your boy. Dang.
So,
I was about to start spitting.
My fault. I was trying to get this thing to record, but
okay.
There it is. We got a special guest today.
Special guest in the building.
In the building.
I can hear
Arturo.
Check,
All
check.
Oh yeah, we good.
Turn my mic up.
Yeah.
Check.
We
Yeah,
good?
we good. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah. All right, so
once we get on YouTube, man, I can't hear nobody. If there's anybody out there that's a soundboard engineer, we're hiring. Chopping it up with DJ&Lo is hiring. We give you how much we're paying?
we're paying you with love.
There it is. We got special guest Arturo Mckie
In the building.
with us today. He has a lot going on. This young man.
Yes, sir.
He's making big moves. You know, he has a non-profit organization to help out the kids. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Arturo, and your organization.
Yes,
what you
sir.
got going on, brother?
All right, again, this is Arturo. I am from Greensboro, North Carolina, born and raised.
Greensboro in the
In
house.
the building.
Greensboro.
G-Borough. Came to Charlotte for college. Graduated 2008.
What college?
UNC Charlotte, 49ers.
UNC Charlotte.
In the building.
49ers?
Stayed here, graduated, going through college, it's one of the things that I realized a formal education is great, school is great, college is great, all that's really good. It's the foundation of your success, but there's so much more to it as far as being successful in life that you need that you don't get taught in school. So me and my best friend sat down one day and we basically said, look, we want to start a program just to help out the kids going through high school and college. The mission of our nonprofit is to make sure every kid that comes through our program either attends a college or a university or has a trade they want to pursue coming out of high school. We do understand, college may not be for everybody.
Make sure you're talking to the mic, Arturo.
Okay, college may not be for everybody, but if you set yourself up for success, it'd be easily attained if you kind of go through the motions and go through the steps and set goals for yourself.
Dope.
One of the things that we really focus on is, making sure that students are prepared. If you don't have a plan, you don't know where you want to get to, you can't really set yourself up for success. So we kind of work on everything that we feel is important for high school and college students. We do college applications, wealth management, resume development. We do impression management, how to make a good impression. We do business etiquette, personal etiquette, men's health. Again, things that if you're not taught growing up in high school or growing up, if nobody's there to teach you, you're not gonna learn.
Right.
If you know these things and you set goals for yourself, it'll make it so much easier for you to achieve success later on in life. And we just actually want to give back to the community and kind of share the knowledge that we learned growing up in the city, and really just give back, pass what we've learned so they can pass it down to their kids, and it's kind of like a ripple effect, you start maybe with a small pool and it just expands. So we started 10 years ago. Next year will be our 10-year anniversary. We've had 100% college acceptance. Every single child that's been through the program has applied and been accepted to a college or university.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And now we have.
Do you know how many students that you've had?
117.
Wow.
We've had
that's
117 kids come through the program, and now we actually have a lot of our students who come back and participate as counselors, just to again share their knowledge with the youth. And it's kind of like a cyclical effect. It's a circle. So we're just really proud of what we've been able to establish the last 10 years, and we're just kind of growing and developing what we've already kind of set up for ourselves. So.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. What's your partner's name?
His name is Gerard Truesdale.
Gerard Truesdale. Shout out to Gerard Truesdale.
Shout out to Gerard.
And where's this? Where are you
located?
Well, what area are you targeting? Your hometown?
Yep, we're in Greensboro right now.
Okay.
Yep, just kind of focusing on grassroots. Building our legacy in a sense in our city, and then we're going to kind of expand in the next coming years or so.
Yep. Yeah, that's real hot, man. So what age group do you target?
13 to 17.
Okay,
so coming out of middle school, going into high school, and then all the way through until you graduate and you got your plan on your next 3 to 5 years, what you want to do with your life. So. Yeah, kind of get them early in the game. That way, we have them all throughout high school, because those are some of the most impressionable years that, where you got peer pressure, you got school, you got girls, you got, everything that's kind of on your mind. And it's good to have people you can talk to about that stuff.
Absolutely.
Right. So.
Absolutely. One thing big that you said was helping the students out with a plan, because a lot of times, even us as adults, we'll have a goal, but we don't have a plan to get to our goal. A step-by-step plan to get to our goal. And these kids have these big dreams. They want to be rappers, they want to be doctors, they want to be lawyers, they want to be artists, they want to be photographers. They have these big dreams, but no real plan on how to get there.
Exactly.
And they always say, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. How you gonna do it? Well, I'm not sure yet, but I know I'm gonna do it. And that's important. It's important to have a plan and a goal.
Short, long term.
Short goals,
so
short term goals,
that's
take
baby steps to get to where you need to be.
That's right.
There it is.
I agree. And I'll tell you, maybe 85% of the young boys that come through the program initially say, I want to be a rapper, I want to be an athlete, I want to be a music producer. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but there's so many more professions and jobs out there that you may love, but you just never been exposed to, like engineering, it's more than just making beats, producing, it's about instruments. If you don't know how to play an instrument, you probably aren't going to be a very good producer. So you might want to learn some instruments before you if that's really what you want to do, start from the bottom, learn the trade in a sense. So. And one of the things we expose them to are actually professionals in the community. So, we'll bring people in that are day traders and say, hey, look, I sit at home all day, I trade stocks and I make good money. I don't have to be an athlete, but I'm making more money than an athlete would make in my career. I'm doing this for 30 years, whereas the average NFL player is 3 to 5 years. So after that, they're, either you're gonna have to save all your money or you're gonna have to have a plan. So we kind of expose them to say, look, if it's about the money, if you want money, there are other ways out here to really make money, and have some longevity in it, rather than a quick, fast money, 3 to 5 years, and you think you're going to be good for the next 40, 50 years of your life, So it's just kind of exposing them to more of the world, that they may not have the access to.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what's up, man, because a lot of people don't know, like when players retire from the NFL or the NBA and stuff like that, after the first 3 years, 5 years, them players go broke, man.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have a plan on what you're doing.
Yep.
And if you don't have a plan, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And you gotta have people like you said, you gotta have people around you to know what they're doing and to help you with your money or anything like that, man. So that's what's up, man.
And wealth management is one of our primary focuses, because it's great to get the money, but once you have it, what are you going to do with it? And if you don't know what to do with it, there's no point of even getting it, because you're not going to have it for very long. So that's big, especially in our community. Everybody's on the next. It's a fad oriented culture. We hop from this to that to that to that, and you always want this and that, but you're not thinking about your future and if you're going to buy a house, and if you want real estate, or if you're going to invest your money in something that'll actually make you money instead of just spending it on something that'll make you look good for the time being. So it's kind of like a kind of building the culture, in a sense. So Yep.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
That's what's up.
So is there like a qualification that the students have to have in order to get into the program?
Yep.
How do they get into the program?
Well, basically, it's a free program, so anybody can enroll as long as you're 13 to 17 years of age. You're eligible for the program. We do have requirements. You have to have at least a 2.5 GPA just to show that you want it. You know, if you don't want it, you know, I'm not in this to babysit you or convince you to, you know, that you want to be successful. I'm, you know, our target market in a sense are young men that have drive, that have a passion, that really want it, but just might not have the tools to get there.
Right.
So, you know, you have to you gotta have a 2.5 GPA, no disciplinary infractions as far as you can't be suspended from school or kicked out of school or have any type of, you know, juvenile record that, you know, would distract from the other students who are actually trying to be there.
Right.
And that's basically it. We basically want people that are like-minded, that are ready to work and understand nothing comes easy. You know, if you're gonna be successful, you're gonna work hard, regardless of what profession you're in or what you do, period.
Right.
So, you know, we just like to have that mindset, so it's kind of like a group think atmosphere. So when everybody gets together, we're all on the same page, we're moving the same way, we're on the same wave. We encourage them to bring their friends, because you know you're only in a sense going to go as far as your friends allow you to, right? So if you're hanging out with people that aren't on the same wave as you and aren't trying to do something for themselves, it's going to make it a lot harder for you. So we tell them, look, bring your friends to the program, that way all of y'all can be on this. That way you can all help each other, and you know, so you're not by yourself. So it's kind of like a brotherhood, you know. We kind of bring the students in and kind of create a brotherhood and tell them, look, keep in contact, network, because all you guys are going to be successful in doing different things. So keep in contact, network with each other, and kind of build, you know, and kind of take that with you. So yeah, as long as you are, you know, 13 or 17 and really not, you know, a distraction, you know, we're rocking with you.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think that's very important too, that brotherhood that you were talking about, because, you know, a lot of people growing up get this misconception of, I'm gonna do it myself, I'm gonna get there myself. I'm self-made, you know what I'm saying? I everything that I get, I'm gonna obtain it myself, you know what I mean? And I think that's important, building camaraderie at a young age, building a brotherhood, you know, taking people along with you, encouraging others, you know, all that is kind of in combination with each other to build success, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's a mindset.
So I think that's dope, man. That's very important. And like I said, at a young age, because you know, as you get older, you know, you have this attitude. A lot of kids have the attitude of F the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody. So yeah, that's dope, man. So what do they do? Y'all meet once a week, once a month, like at a school, or how does that?
We meet
down?
twice a month, every other Saturday. One of the structures of the program that we really wanted was to not really infringe on their time too much, you know, because when I was in high school, the last thing I wanted to do after Monday through Friday classes is to go sit around in the classroom on Saturday. So we kind of developed the program based upon, you know, we were 24 at the time when we kind of got everything established, and we just wanted to really, you know, didn't want to be a burden. We didn't want our program to be something that your parents force you to come to. We wanted it to be, you want to come because it's something that you're getting something from this. You know, it's every other Saturday. We felt that was at least enough to keep the kids active and keep your mind focused and thinking on what you need to do and setting those goals. So it's every other Saturday. We meet around 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And we meet at Providence Baptist Church. It's a local church there in Greensboro. We have a gym in the facility as well, so we do like the kids to stay active, because that's huge. You know, when I was in high school, I was, you know, active playing sports, but when you get to college, you got so much going on, and sometimes you just kind of fall off, stop hitting the gym, and then, you know, that leads to problems later on in life, especially for a lot of us, you know, who are predisposed to hypertension, high blood pressure, stuff like that. So we like to keep the kids active and really make that a part of life. Like when you get out of high school, keep this up, you know, be active a couple of times a week, kind of take care of yourself. So it is twice a month. We have a summer camp that's actually running this Thursday in Greensboro, Thursday to Saturday. So every summer we have a summer camp just to kind of make sure everybody's mind is right going back into school, make sure everybody's got the supplies that they need. We do a yearly annual Thanksgiving drive. We do a clothing drive for Christmas, back to school, school supplies drive. We're really big on community service. That's one of the staples of our program is, look, you know, in order for a community to thrive, you have to give back. Period. You know, whatever the case, the situation is, if you don't give back to your community, you'll never advance. And a lot of us do not do that.
That's right.
You know, a lot of us young, you know, I say under 30, rarely go and give their time to do something else for someone else. But it's big. You know, if you're gonna actually make a difference and make change, you have to kind of, you know, give up time in a sense and spend your time trying to do something else. So, you know, we do all kinds of community service events in the community. But also, one of the focuses of the program is, you know, look, you work hard, you succeed, you get rewarded. So, you know, we show them, look, you know, we take them to Panthers games and Hornets games, and we take them out to field trips and show them, look, when you make it, you know, you can do this. If you want to sit courtside at a Hornets game or something, and you know you got the money to do that, you financially responsible. You know, if when the NBA All-Star game comes into town, if you want to go sit, watch the dunk contest, that's stuff you can do. Right now, you know, we kind of show you the benefits of your labor later on in life. So we do a lot of that, not just so they have fun, but just, I think it's a visual thing. You know, you see something enough times, something you want to obtain that you may not have done, you know, you get a craving for that, and it gives you drive and kind of push you towards, you know, and motivates you to be successful in those times that you want to give up. So that's a big part of the program as well. We just kind of want to show them, look, we know it's going to be a grind for the next 5 to 6, 7 years, but it will pay off. You know. So yeah, and so the education, community service are the two biggest pieces of our program, just because we want everybody to kind of understand this. You know, those are the foundation of success. So. That's right. So what's the name of your nonprofit, and how can they get at you if anybody wants to donate, or you know, school supplies or whatever that for sure
that nature? How can we help you?
Absolutely.
How can we get in touch with you?
So the name is Crossroads Pathways to Success. Is the name of the nonprofit. You can go to crossroadspts.org is our website, or crossroadspts@gmail.com is our email address. The website has all of our information. It's got program information, photos, videos. You know, we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter account. We kind of keep everybody updated on what we're doing. And you know, we're always looking for help, whether it's volunteers, whether it's somebody in the community that's doing something that they want to share with the kids. You know, whatever help we can get, you know, we're wide open. We're always willing. They can we have a contact form on our website that you can go on and just shoot us an email, and you know, we'll just email you back. And anybody that's, you know, wants to be involved in the program or even just know more about it, absolutely give us a call, contact us, you know, email us. We're definitely
all right, man.
100%.
That's dope. That's dope, man. That kind of leads us into what I wanted to, one of the things we want to talk about today, and that's philanthropy. What you talked about is major. DJ has a lot going on in the community as well. He coaches a basketball team. He's helped me coach a football team. You know, and these are kids that he coaches that don't even have any relation to him. You know what I'm saying? He coaches kids that a lot of people coach like their son's team or their cousin's team or their nephew's team. DJ just coaches, you know, out of the pure wanting to, you know, the heart of wanting to help, the kindness of his heart or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The want to, you know, help the community, man, and be an example for young men out here, young black men out here. Most importantly, in my opinion, you know, everybody. I feel like everybody could use like a big brother or father type of figure.
Absolutely.
So that's major, and that shows that you can be a philanthropist at any level. LeBron James opened up his school yesterday in Akron, which is major. You know what I'm saying? That's a major deal. The I Promise school or whatever. But you know, that's at a big level that he's doing that at, because he has, you know, the financial availability to do that. But you know, you don't have to be financially equipped to give back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, DJ does it. He just donates time. You know what I'm saying? And when you know, these kids are in need, you know, I'm sure he provides jerseys or shorts or even sneakers, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's major to be able to do that at any level. And that people don't think that they can do that because they don't, you know, have the financial support to do it. But, you know, you guys are a big example that it doesn't take a huge financial backing to be able to, you know, give back to your community and dig into young men and,
Yep.
you know, support the city that you're from.
Right, right.
Yep. Even
Talk
if
to us
it's
a little
one-
bit, Deej, man, about this LeBron James, I Promise School, man. What's your thoughts?
Man, I like it, man. I feel like everything that he's doing so far, man, is off the court, of course, is like I said,
on and off the court.
off the court. I've always said off the court, LeBron James is probably one of the most noble guys I've ever seen.
Mhm.
But you know, not to dwindle too much on the court stuff, but it's
Yeah.
just his on the court actions or anything dealing with basketball that I just hate because he's just terrible. But off the court,
Yeah, let's stick to the
off the court,
positive things that LeBron James does today, man. Can we do that?
off the court, he's really just like, yeah, he's a great philanthropist, man. He opened up schools, giving kids scholarships, letting kids, you know, get out and you know, promote their businesses on his IG and stuff like that. He did a lot of that during the playoffs this year, and that was pretty good, man. And I respect LeBron for stuff like that, especially this school, man. This school is a major thing to
Yeah.
have somebody like that and, you know, grow up where he grew up and to give back to the community like that. That was major.
And I watched a couple of the interviews he had yesterday. He's hands on with this thing. At least you know from the start, he's been hands on with it. You know, he's at the school on the first day of school, which was I think it was yesterday. The school opened, and he's there high fiving the kids, walking the halls. And it's a dope school. I don't know if y'all had a chance to you know check out the interviews or you know check out the I Promise IG page, but the school is really unique, and it's really it was well thought out. His targeted students are well thought out. You know, it's not like he just put a school up and just threw $1 million at Akron and said, here's some money for a school. He's hands on with this thing, and I think that's really great, man. I have a lot of respect for LeBron, man. Just you know. Did you guys get a chance to listen to any of the interviews?
I watched a little bit of it. We was talking to Rachel Nichols, and then I seen one. I guess he was getting on the elevator or something. But a little bit of the Rachel Nichols interview. I seen a little bit of that.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to check it out?
Yeah, I saw a bit of it, and you know, the part I saw, he was just saying, you know, he's the one that's got the resources, he's got the people, he's got you know the financial resources, and you know, instead of like you said, just cutting a check to the school system, he wanted to make sure if it's gonna have his name on it and be his legacy, that's gonna be something that he wants to be a part of. So I commend him for being involved in that, because you know he's a busy man. You know, but that's something that he cares about. He's all, you know, and I think he said every kid that comes to this school will get a full ride to Akron University. You know, so
what?
Yeah,
I ain't hear that.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
awesome.
crazy.
That's awesome.
So
man.
just Akron University?
Yeah, just to keep it local. You know,
Oh,
look
that's-
out for
yeah, that's
everybody
what's
in
up,
his
though.
local town. You know,
Yeah,
where
that's
he's
dope.
going. So, you know.
I thought you was about to take a shot at him.
Nah.
DJ said he was going to send him to Harvard. Like, come on,
Nah. That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. Yeah, that's a good look.
Doing a good thing. And I mean, that changes lives, you know.
Right.
That'll change his community. Again,
Right.
10, 15 years from now, that school will definitely make a change and make a difference. So.
And what that also does is open up, excuse me, Diesel, that also opens up other, you know, athletes and performers and entertainers' eyes and says like, man, like I can do something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big deal, man. What were you gonna say, Diesel?
Is it public or private?
It's public.
Okay.
It's a public school. I think they're selected students from a selected area that that get to go to the school. But right now, I think it's 3rd through 5th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's
At
3rd
least for
through
the
5th.
first
I think
year,
there's
first
300
2 years,
students,
something like
maybe something like that. And then they're going to continue to expand it. I think eventually they want it to be K through 12, maybe.
So hold on. Every kid that goes to that school will get a full ride to Akron, Ohio.
That
So
graduates,
300.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't know how long he's gonna do that, but he worked it out with Akron, so, it's not like he's footing the entire bill.
Right, okay.
But he said, look, this been in the works for years, so he said, look, I'm gonna start a school, we want every kid to, and it makes, of course, the university looks really good too, because they're out there helping the community out, through LeBron, but they're not taking a big hit in tuition, because, it's only a small percentage of their enrollment.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it works out for everybody, really.
Yeah.
That's a good look by LeBron, man. Like I said, off the court, man, great guy, great dude, but on the court, not really so much.
But let's get into that. Let's get into some of the on the court stuff with the Lakers. Now this squad that they're building,
it's terrible.
It's a head scratcher, but the more I think about it, the Lakers might be all right next year.
Are you about to be a Laker fan now?
They might.
Hold on, wait, Tarlo. Are you switching your team from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Los Angeles Lakers right now?
I'm a diehard Cleveland everything fan.
Okay.
I do jump around in the NBA a little bit. Just give you a little history.
Because of LeBron.
Just to give you a little history. I grew up a Chicago Bulls fan.
Oh man.
Then because of Mike.
Oh
then
man.
I was a Lakers fan because of Kobe, because I liked Kobe.
Oh man.
But then when LeBron, I always wanted to be a Cavs fan, but they were so boring that I couldn't stand watching them.
They were boring. They were playing Mike every year in the playoffs.
And I was rooting for Mike.
Oh man.
I'm just keeping it
100. Come on, man.
So when LeBron came and the Cavs started winning, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's when I swapped over to the Cavs. But I am a diehard Cleveland everything fan. So with that said,
safe to say you're a bandwagon.
In basketball, most basketball fans are. You have very few diehard loyal basketball fans, and it's because the best players jump around from team to team.
I stick with my Miami Heat anytime. We can be 12-80 or whatever. I'm still gonna stick with them.
And that's what y'all are. And that's cool. I respect it. I'm still a Cavs fan, but if the Lakers go against Golden State, I'm rooting for the Lakers.
I mean, that's cool. You can root for a team. Like, I rooted for Golden State when they was playing LeBron. But at the end of the day, whenever my team plays against Golden State, I want my team to win. I'm not rooting for... Only time I'm rooting for another team is if my team not playing. That's it.
What about them Lakers, though? They gonna make some noise this year?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think Lonzo gonna average a triple-double this year?
Nah, I think he will later on in his career. But this year, I think what's gonna happen is LeBron is gonna not even LeBron. I think the Lakers are gonna have a lineup to where the point guard is gonna be like 6'6", 6'7". The shooting guard is gonna be about 6'8". Then you're gonna have Michael Beasley, then LeBron, and then you're gonna have.
But Rondo ain't 6'6", is it?
Lonzo is.
Rondo.
Lonzo's definitely gonna start over Rondo.
At least the start of the season.
I think Rondo definitely is the better player right now, but I think Lonzo gonna start. I don't think Magic is gonna kill his confidence like that just yet.
Yeah.
Until he wants to
I
trade
can agree
him.
with that.
Yeah. So I think Lonzo gonna start. I think Caldwell Pope. Matter of fact, no, I take that back. Brandon Ingram will start. That shooting guard. LeBron. Then Kuzma. Yeah. And then, yeah, I think they're gonna have a big lineup. They're gonna go real big at that lineup.
Here's the thing about the Lakers, man. Last year, they had a decent squad.
They did.
They had a decent squad, and what happens is LeBron makes teams go from decent to the finals. I mean, it's just
well.
It's just.
Facts. Those are facts.
Those are facts, but it's only been 2 teams, and the teams before were already good without him.
And that's what I just said. The Lakers were decent,
right? And it's only been in the East.
The Lakers were decent without him, and you say it's only been 2 teams. He's only played for 2 teams.
And the teams that he went to were stacked when he got there.
The Cavs weren't stacked.
The Cavs were stacked. Kyrie, him, and Kevin Love. That's not stacked.
Kyrie didn't even make the playoffs without LeBron.
Kyrie is still Kyrie.
Right, but they didn't make the playoffs.
Exactly.
And after LeBron left Miami got knocked out the playoffs in the first round.
We got knocked out the playoffs in the first round before LeBron got there.
That's my point.
Right, but you're saying that this is how I'm hearing it. How I'm hearing it is LeBron can go to the Sacramento Kings with the squad that they have right now and take them to the finals.
I said LeBron can go to a decent team and take them to the finals.
Okay, but they already have players that can score 20 a night anytime.
Who, the Lakers?
The Lakers, the Heat, the Cavs, those teams.
Everybody's got somebody that's putting up 20 a night.
Right. So that's not like saying like, oh, he can go to like probably the worst team in the NBA and not bring nobody with him and just take them to the finals.
But what are we arguing? I didn't say that. I said the Lakers are a decent team, and LeBron goes to decent teams and takes them to the finals.
Okay.
I mean,
Facts.
Okay, it's only happened in one team or two teams, but okay.
Every team he's played though.
In the East, in the
100%
East,
of his teams.
in the East, I guarantee LeBron will make it to the finals this year. I'll say that.
Guarantee he will not make it to the finals.
Yes,
wow.
I guarantee that.
Guarantee.
He will not make it to the finals this year. 100%.
Who's gonna
I'm
put him in
stamping
the
it.
playoffs?
Golden State, Houston.
What if they don't play Golden State until what if the Lakers and Golden State are like 1-3 or
The Western Conference Finals.
What if
They're
Houston
gonna-
knocks
they're gonna-
off Golden State? You think that
Then
Houston will pop?
whoever wins between Houston and Golden State is going to knock out LeBron. LeBron is not going to get to the finals this year.
Oh, what I'm saying is the Western Conference Finals.
That's your standard of achievement for
No,
LeBron this year.
No,
That's your accomplishment.
Do you think they'll make it to the Western Conference Finals?
I don't think. I mean, no, I don't. But if that's the LeBron accomplishment radar, like the accomplishment meter, get to the Western Conference Finals, that's very low.
To take the Lakers, who didn't make it to the playoffs last year, to the Western Conference Finals in the mighty West,
Listen,
that would be major.
he's brought 3 other players with him that are pretty good. Rondo is, let's call it what it is. Rondo was probably the best point guard in the playoffs in the NBA right now, as far as.
Rondo?
Listen. Think about this. When Rondo was with Sacramento, what was he doing? He was leading the league in assists and all that stuff with him and Boogie. And then he went to Chicago. In Chicago, they were the 8th seed versus Boston. They were up 2-0 against Boston because of Rondo. Rondo got hurt, they lost the rest of the games. Then you go back to the Boston days when he was in Boston with the Big Three. Without Rondo, they lost. Rondo is a big piece of everybody's playoff success.
Nobody's been
man.
talking about Rondo for about 3-4 years though. Since he left them Celtics, Rondo's not a top 5 point guard no more.
I think in the playoffs he could be, and I think that's what the Lakers got him for, playoffs.
Maybe so.
Because if you have a guy like that guarding Steph, and then you got maybe LeBron on of course LeBron on KD, and maybe
Who guarding Cousins though?
nobody. That's why they're gonna get beat.
See, the problem I have with comments like this and LeBron haters is that you're gonna have it. You're gonna win either way, because if they don't make it to the Western Conference Finals, you're gonna say, "I told you they wouldn't make it to the Western Conference Finals." But then if they do, he's gonna say, "Well, he needed Rondo and what's Buddy's name? The weird guy, Lance Stevenson to get there."
Beasley.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So don't do that. Don't do that, dude.
All right, let me.
He did not bring anybody with him.
Nope.
To this squad.
All right,
Not J.R. Smith, not Kevin Love.
Let me say this. I'll say, as far as it goes for this Lakers squad, I don't think they're gonna make it to the Western Conference Finals. If they do, cool. That's cool. I don't think that's an accomplishment making it to the Western Conference Finals.
That's a major accomplishment.
And that's the problem.
Teams from the
And that's the
West
problem I have with LeBron fans. Anything he does is that's major.
It is.
That's major.
Facts. The
Oh,
man breaks
man.
records.
He's been to the finals 8 years
In a
straight.
In the East.
So what other Michael Jordan? That's the only other person that's even come close. And I don't think he did no 8 in a row.
He definitely could have if he would have stayed.
Could have.
So tell me what is major that LeBron has done?
Opening the school.
winning the finals
Wasn't major.
with Cleveland, a city that hasn't won a championship in over 50 years, that wasn't a major accomplishment. Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yes, it was major.
Facts.
That was major, but there's a lot that went on with that I don't agree with.
All right.
I'm not gonna get into
Averaging
it
a
right now.
triple-double in the finals, is that major?
They lost.
They
lost.
That's not the question. The question is, if you average
So-
a triple-double in the finals, is that major? Regardless of the outcome.
No, that's not major.
To average a triple-double in the finals?
No.
Score 50 points, 40
No.
points, 40 points, 50? Come on.
That's not major to me because you lost. That's like, you know what? I did all this. I ran for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. I did all that, and we lost.
That happens almost every Sunday.
That-
Somebody gonna ball out. Are you taking away that accomplishment because they didn't get the dub?
Yeah, because it's a team.
It's still a
You're in
personal
the NBA
accomplishment
finals,
though, right?
Didn't they get swept? They got swept on top of that. So you went out there and
But
averaged
the
a
man
triple
had a
double and
broken
still
hand,
got
though.
swept.
Well, man had a broken hand.
He
though.
broke his hand after game 4 where he punched the wall because they got swept.
No,
He
that was
didn't
after,
break-
that was
he
after
didn't break it
JR.
up.
He didn't
That
break
was
it up the
after
game
JR.
4. Nah. That man broke his hand game 4 after they got swept. It was like, I'm out.
So he only averaged triple double in 4 games, huh?
Yeah, like that's nothing, man. You lost, bro. Like I hate that, man. Like
I
they
understand.
people try to give LeBron so much credit for things that it's just like,
So you remember Adam Morrison
mm-hmm.
out of Gonzaga?
Mhm.
He won a chip with them Lakers, right?
Did he?
He did.
Okay.
So you give him more credit than you give LeBron for sitting the bench and winning a chip.
I don't
Shaq
give-
and Kobe on the floor.
I don't give Carson Wentz credit for winning the Super Bowl.
Why not? He won the game, didn't he?
Nah.
Foles.
Yeah, but
His
Carson
team
Wentz.
won.
Carson Wentz didn't do anything in the playoffs at all.
Yeah, but he got him there.
I give him no credit for that Super Bowl.
He got him
I
there.
mean, I agree. I think Foles deserves all the credit.
I
He
think-
won the game.
I don't care
He
if
got MVP, Super Bowl MVP, so I
Yeah.
mean, he got his
right,
just due.
but at the end of the day, Carson Wentz didn't play in no playoff games. He had no effect on that team at all in the playoffs.
Right, I mean, that's
To me,
You don't know what he was doing on the sidelines. He
Oh,
could've been coaching
man.
the
Yeah,
boys
the
out.
good job, Nick.
He had the
He had
headphones.
the
Good job,
headphones
Nick.
on.
You know what
You
I'm
think
saying?
so? You think Carson Wentz? Matter of fact, not even just Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz is a second-year quarterback. We can just put that out there. You think Carson Wentz is sitting on the headphones, pressing the button, talking to Nick Foles in his headphones instead of Doug Peterson?
I don't know.
He was calling the plays in.
No,
I don't know.
not at all.
But you never know when Foles will come to the sidelines. You don't know what Wentz went over with him. Like,
If I'm Nick
look
Foles,
at
I'm
that-
telling
look
this
at
kid,
that
yo,
tape.
sit down. I've been doing this 10 years, and you've been doing this too. Like, sit down. I got it.
Why hadn't Foles ever been to the chip, to the big bowl then? If you're doing it for 10 years, Wentz had to get
because-
him there.
Because first off, I think it's that system. It
They
all
got,
starts.
they got a squad.
It
That's
starts.
why.
It starts with Andy Reid. That's still Andy Reid's system because Doug Peterson came up under Andy Reid. So all of those guys are still Nick Foles when he was balling back then with the Eagles a long time ago. That was under Andy Reid. So now you bring him back in, pretty much under Andy Reid again. And he's balling again. So I mean, it's all that system. I just don't think Carson Wentz deserves that much credit for that Super Bowl. Yeah, he won 11 games, 12 games, but
Okay.
so what?
Speaking of the Eagles, what you think about this taking a knee?
Taking a knee? Oh man.
Would you take
I
a
think
knee? You
I
take
would take a knee.
protest?
I feel like Jerry Jones. I think Dak Prescott is after what he said the other day. That's just
Yeah,
terrible.
he might have messed that. They might be terrible this year now.
Yeah,
He
Dak
might have messed
Prescott.
that locker room up. He
Yeah.
should have just shut. He shouldn't have said
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
Because
Dak-
I mean, you're entitled to feel how you want to feel, man. But he
Right.
should not have said that to the media, man.
Yeah, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, man. And I feel what Michael Jenkins is saying, man. If your owner is a bully like that, man, you feel like, oh man, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I feel bad for Dez, man. Like, you know,
Don't feel bad for him because he's about to go on to a very good squad.
we're going to Steelers.
He's going to the Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
Sorry to hear that, Dez. But yeah, I feel bad for Dez, man. They cut him because they didn't want to pay him, but you got to think, man, this guy was balling when he had Romo. You know, he was getting multiple double-digit touchdowns every year, 1,000-yard receiving every year.
He'll
And
ball
then,
with Tyrod Taylor.
and then you got a guy that comes in who can't throw 50 yards, and you want to cut my pay because he can't throw 50 yards.
Right.
Like,
But
that's
that's
not,
just, they translated to more success though. They had more success not throwing those 50 yards.
Because I mean,
did they? They still ain't win a playoff game.
Well, Zeke had a big contribution to
Right. I guarantee if Zeke would have been there when they had Romo, they would have been a better team.
Maybe.
But you can't say it contributed to more success because what they go 13-3, 12-4? They did that with Romo. They did it wrong. They won a playoff game with Romo.
Hey, Zeke was out half the year last year.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean that's huge.
What they go 9-7, 8-8, something like that.
Something like that.
Because they didn't make it to the playoffs.
No, they didn't make it to the playoffs.
No.
But I just feel like that whole thing, man, it's a bad look for Jerry Jones, man.
Do you understand the owner's point of view?
I do, but then again, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like the owners.
What you mean it don't matter? They own the team, so of course that matters. That
Well,
matters more than anything.
matters, but if you have guys that, you have a football team. Say I own the team. Everybody at the table own the team, and we have players that play for us that we pay these guys to such and such. And if all those guys decide, you know what, I want to protest for this cause that I feel like is right, and we say no, don't do that, because if you do that, then you're not gonna be on this team. They're gonna feel like, damn, this guy don't got our back. Like that's messed up. Why would I want to play for somebody like this?
Right.
But isn't that it? That's how it is at work though. Like
That's true.
My manager may not necessarily, or my boss, whoever did, may not have my back, but
Mhm.
I still gotta come to work.
Right.
I still gotta do what they tell me to do. if I
That's
want that
true.
Check.
But and a lot of people use that, that's work, but at the same time, that's a different type of job. You're in the spotlight all the time. You're doing stuff as far as social work, not social work, but community work and all that type of stuff. You're putting on for this brand that
You're a role model. and
yeah,
all
you're a
that.
role model and all of that. You got endorsement deals, all this type of stuff, and then there's a cause now that's causing for attention, and they're telling you no, don't do that.
But if you were the owner and it was hurting your pockets, and you
Yeah.
saw from the year before to the next year, you lost, let's say, 16 million in profit, and you said, I'm not taking this loss over this controversy. Like I get it, you have your right to feel the way you do. You can protest, outside of work, however you would like. But like when you come to the job, I'm not taking a loss for you. Not to say it's right or wrong. I'm just saying.
But that's tough though, because how do they know statistically? I mean, how do they know from the statistics of the people that watched the games?
The ratings. So
Right.
like, people are
How do they know that was?
That's why. That's the question. How do they know that?
Because
that's the reason?
it could be the opposite. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because it could be that, a lot of black people aren't watching. Because I know as a barber, you know what I'm saying? A lot of cats come in the barbershop and like, I'm not watching the NFL this year.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? So who knows if that's, the reason or if it's the opposite.
Right, and you know what though? Is what's crazy is I seen the other day that there was stats that they had up like the most viewed things like the NBA Finals, hockey, All-Star Game, and all of that, and the NFL was still the number one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can't be taking that big of a hit. I mean, yeah, it takes a hit, but
I get
to
it.
me, my thing is this: if you're a billionaire, losing $16 million for something that's just completely wrong and you know it's wrong,
Yeah.
then something's messed up with your moral compass. Like if you
I
care
can't
more about
disagree.
losing $16 million and you're a billionaire, then I want to
Yeah.
protest with you guys and for this cause because I know it's wrong. Then something's wrong with you. I don't want to play for you at all. At all.
Do you feel it's disrespectful to the flag at all?
It's not about the flag.
Because that's what they say.
Right, and that's
their reasoning.
that's what they do. They take it and they flip it and make it about this and that. That's not what it's about.
I agree.
It's just
100%.
It's just it's about us feeling like we're not free in our own country. So when they do the national anthem and Colin Kaepernick took a knee, he didn't, or sat down, he didn't feel like he was a part of his country because they're killing us and getting away with it and nothing's being done. So, you know what? Let me just sit down because I don't feel like this is for me right now.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, back to your point about at your job, Arturo, I think that, like DJ said, I think there's a difference because if they did the national anthem every morning at your job, they couldn't make you stand for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you would have a serious lawsuit.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If they said, you're not standing, they could not make you do that.
Right.
But see, in the NFL, it's different, man, because it's almost like a slave mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Like a good old boys club.
Right, like a good old boys club, man, and that's it's so sticky, man, because I really think they should just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jerry Jones, nobody on his team even took a knee. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they
like,
did that whole thing at the end of it last year against the Cardinals where
Locked arms. Or
everybody locked arms.
yeah, but he did that. That was his thing.
Yeah, he was right there sitting with him.
Right.
Right.
That was his thing.
And that's what's contradicting about that because he didn't do it during the national anthem. He did it after they got booed. And then now you come in and you say, if anybody kneels on my team, they're not going to be a Dallas Cowboy anymore.
And like I said, that's tacky because nobody on his team kneeled until he wanted to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that had an opposite effect because it shows that he wasn't real about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now he's saying that nobody can kneel when you and your whole team kneel.
Right.
You know that's corny and that's tacky.
Right.
I just think that no team. I mean, it's not even that serious, really.
Honestly, yeah, it's not. Like to me, when people do the national anthem or anything, I see like a lot of people that sit down in the stands before this even happened.
That's true.
People didn't stand up.
Yep.
Most people take their hats off. The hats were still on.
Yep.
Like they just people don't. Honestly, most Americans don't even care about the national anthem.
That's real.
So before this even happened, now it's just a big deal because Colin did it on the national stage, and it's like, yo, why is he sitting down? Why is he sitting down?
Right.
And then the press conference he gave after was like, oh shoot.
And
We got a problem
and the thing is, he gave a great answer and a great reasoning.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes
He should have
sense.
just left it at that.
He didn't say nothing about disrespecting the troops or nothing like that.
Right.
There's nothing about that. So if I go to a game, and I've done it, I've done it before. Like I went to a game before, and before this Colin Kaepernick thing happened, and I sat down during the national anthem. I didn't stand up.
Right.
So does that mean I'm disrespecting the troops? Nobody came to me, hey, get up, you're disrespecting. Nah. I just didn't want to stand up.
Why didn't you stand up though? I mean, I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Were you
at the
protesting?
time,
Was that like a
Silent protest.
Nah, at the time I don't know. I just didn't want to
was
stand
that like a
up.
personal protest?
Nah, it's just I didn't want to stand up. It's like right the team I coach, the YMCA is like a Christian thing, so before every game everybody gets around and
Yes,
like all the players gets in a circle and pray. If I don't close my eyes and I'm looking up, does that mean I'm against God or whatever the case may be?
Right.
Like that's.
But do you stand? You stand in the circle though.
Yeah, I stand in the circle,
Yeah.
but I don't bow my head down, eyes closed. I don't do none of that.
Yeah. That's not even a requirement.
Right. Like I just.
Right. Period.
Yeah. Like
My
I
opinion.
just feel like sometimes people make bigger things out of stuff they shouldn't be.
Right.
Like you said, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, we'll jump back on that, man, another time, because I'm sure we'll have this conversation as the football season goes on. What I do want to get into before we leave, we only got a couple minutes, is this R. Kelly, I Admit It. Please tell me y'all heard the
I
track.
have not. I've heard snippets. I heard it's long. It's
It
long.
was like 20 minutes.
Did you hear it?
I heard a little bit. I couldn't do the whole 20.
Yeah.
Nah, see, I didn't really heard too much about what he said or what he talked
Yeah.
about. I just heard little snippets, but I heard one of the victims' fathers was upset or something, something like that. I don't know what he said in the song, but apparently
he said y'all daughters. I mean these fathers out here exploiting their daughters.
Right.
I'm a man. Like what you expect me to do? Like I would do what you brought her here for.
Right. What he said was, man, he addressed like every single accusation against him, all of them. And to me, you know, I was kind of like anti R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't listen to his music. I listened to the track for the purpose of this podcast, just so I can, you know what I'm saying, talk about it. But the track isn't bad, man. It's actually R. Kelly is a great entertainer, man. That dude, he can sing, he can make music. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't have no holler for him because he messed around with little girls, man.
So does this put him back in your playlist now?
It doesn't. But my thing is you know, media, and it even gets to me. Media, when you hear something, your first thing to do is like judge that situation. And you might not know what the complete situation is. I'm gonna give you a perfect example, and then I'm gonna let you comment. They played on SportsCenter all day this one day. This guy the ball got hit into the stands, or one of the players threw the ball into the stands, and this guy hurried up and grabbed it.
Oh, before the kid.
And gave it to his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, they played this thing all day, just killing this dude all day long. Then the next day, they showed that the dude got like 3 or 4 foul balls that same game and gave them all out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So they all day they like prejudging this cat. You know what I'm saying? Saying that, you know, this dude is, you know, fouled for keeping the ball. And the little boy, he gave that particular little boy a ball earlier. You know what I'm saying? So we like prejudged the situation. I went home and told my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, this scumbag took the ball from the little boy. And we prejudge situations before we know the whole story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a victim of that. So after listening to the song, if R. Kelly messed with little girls, you know what I'm saying? I got a little girl myself. You know what I'm saying? I actually have 2 daughters, so I have absolutely no holler for that. But to his defense, I don't know the kids' ages. I don't know if he messed with little girls or not. Besides Aaliyah. Aaliyah was a fact that he messed with her. You know what I'm saying? He said he was in love with her. So, you know, I mean, it's kind of tough. I suggest listen to the song.
Oh, man.
Listen to
I'm
the
gonna have
song,
to check
y'all.
it out. I've been meaning to listen to it.
Yeah, check it out. But I think it's people out there waiting on us to see some people looking in the window. But we appreciate you coming through, Arturo,
for
man.
sure,
Give them the
for sure.
contact information one more time. What's the website that they can get you on?
crossroadspts.org, crossroadspts@gmail.com, and Crossroads PTS is our IG, Instagram, and Facebook. Crossroads Pathways to Success. I appreciate you letting me stop by.
Yeah, that's dope,
always,
man.
always
I appreciate you, what you're doing in the community, man.
Yeah,
That's major.
Thanks, man.
I encourage others, you know, if you have any idea of, you know, that you're trying to come up with to do the same type of thing, man, get at me and I'll put you in contact with Arturo. He can let you know how he got started.
For sure, for sure.
That's a wrap. We appreciate y'all tuning in and listening. We'll get back with y'all next week, chopping it up with DJ&Lo. Yeah.
All right.